You know, this idiot girlfriend might have just left him. You know, his wife, he might have came home and found his wife sleeping in the bed with a dude that looked like me.
Yeah, they hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Damion Crier, man. You guys already know what to do, man, as far as like turning the bell on, being subscribed to the channel and all that stuff, man. Bro, I just had some crazy stuff happen to me. I literally had to like pull over at this gas station, man. I just left Home Depot, but it wasn't on purpose, like, but I had no choice. So I want to say this right here, man. I almost lost my life today, or I almost took somebody's life today. But I think that it would have been the other way around for that person. I think that it would have ended really bad for them. Road rage out here is real, man. It's 100% real. So I'm rolling up Highway 6. Finna go find this restaurant called Chick-fil-A, because I wanted to do like this little mukbang for you guys. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to do it because I had some really spooky stuff happen. So I'm coming up the street. I just left a gas. Now I'm at a gas station right now, but I had left a gas station about like 35-40 minutes ago maybe. And as I'm leaving this gas station, I pull out in the intersection, and the light, there's like 3 lanes. There's a left turning lane, and there's one lane where you can go straight, and then there's one lane where you can make a right turn. So as I pulled out, the traffic was clear. There was one vehicle that's sitting at the light already. I pulled out of the gas station, and I get behind a car, but I'm not close to the car. So this white pickup truck speeds up from behind me, zooms around, and jumps in front of me, literally hitting my truck by a fraction. So I blew the horn to make him alert, like, yo. And I looked up, this dude gave me the birdie right in his mirror. So you know what? I gave him the birdie back. So the guy started doing all the stuff in his seat like he was reaching, you know, like he was reaching and stuff. So it kind of startled me a little bit, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe he just capping. Then he started throwing up these little signs in the mirror. I guess they gang signs. He was like a Spanish dude or Mexican or whatever. But so you know what I did, man? I gave him the birdie back. The light turned green. I go around the guy. He's sitting at the light as the light is green. I go around him because he's sitting there being a jerk, making all these signs in his mirror. As I go around him, he speeds up in front of me and blocks my truck off. Now, mind you, this is in the middle, like right now in daylight, guys, like it's people everywhere, cars and the other lanes turning and stopping and looking. Speeds up in front of me. He opens his door, and as I open, so I threw my truck in park, and I open my door, he jumps back in this door, back in this truck, and did whatever. So I sped on him around him, and I noticed that he was behind me. So what I did, I said, maybe he's turning this way. So I get over in a different lane. He gets over in another lane. So I said, wait a minute now. So now I'm on a street that has 4 lanes to it. There's a Home Depot right there. So I zoom over to the next lane, and I see him behind me. Like he comes over from the other lanes and jumps in behind me. And so I'm like, this is finna turn bad right here. This is finna turn bad as hell right here, real quick. All I'm doing is going to Chick-fil-A, bro. Excuse me, I'm sitting drinking this soda, man. I am so freaking pissed. So I zoom over in a Home Depot parking lot so I can find a good place to take cover and other people is not gonna get hurt. So I zoom over in the Home Depot parking lot. My truck, like I turned so fast, the back of my truck kind of spent and almost hit another truck that was coming out of Home Depot. So I hear, and he zoomed up in the parking lot right behind me. So what I did was hurried up. There was like 3 other cars like parked. They wasn't occupied by anybody. These people might have been inside the Home Depot. So I parked real quick. I opened my door. I grabbed my bag. Because this dude, he jumped out his car, but you can see him doing this right here. He had his door open. Man, he jumped out his car with his door open, and you can see him doing this right here, doing this. So I did the same thing, but mine was real. I jumped out the car, unzipped my bag, and I just pointed it. He jumps in his truck and then takes off, right? So I'll tell you guys to tell you the story right here. The guy might have acted like that he had a stick with him, but he really didn't have a stick with him. What he was doing was trying to intimidate, road rage. That's the easy way for somebody to lose their life right there, because everybody out here is not playing. You know, the first thing I thought about doing was spitting the round off, you know, not in his direction, but just like up in the air, just to let him know, bro, listen, don't play with me like that. But it's like, you nearly hit me, and all I did was blew the horn at you, and you ready to go to the cemetery over road rage, man. You know, and I realized that when he did all this and did all that and got out and opened the door to his truck and got out, and when he actually seen mine, he actually jumped back in his truck and sped off, because I wasn't doing all this gestures. No, I upped mine, and I'll make sure that he's seen it and he takes off. But it's real out here, man. It's real out here. It's real out here, man. You got to do what you got to do to protect yourself. People talk all this stuff like, oh, Mr. Crier, listen, you're not allowed to carry, you're not allowed to do this. Listen, bro, this is the state of Texas, man. Laws is different out here, man. People is not playing out here. I would rather get caught with a stick on me than to get caught without it. Oh, well, I'll just be on my way back, or I'll have to pay a lot of money to bind out, because I'm not going to lose my life out here when I got an opportunity to protect my own self. There is no law or nobody going to tell me not to protect myself. This incident that happened today, it could have ended in the loss of life. And I know I got people who love me. Now that guy, the way that he was moving, I got a feeling that he might have been on drugs. He looked like that he was in a rush to go nowhere. It looks like that he was purposely trying to start something and, you know, really just pull somebody's trigger today. It looks like that he was already agitated and ready to, I mean, like, who does that, man? If you literally pull in front of somebody and you almost finna hit him head on, well, I ain't gonna say head on, but when he came around my truck, I mean, the other lanes was wide open. He could have just like cruised right on in. There was no other car behind me at the time that I pulled out of the gas station. He could have just pulled in behind me, turned his blinker on, waited till the light turned green. But there was like a little bit distance between me and the car that was in front of me, which means that he could have waited patiently like everybody else. But because I had like a little gap in front of me, he decided to take advantage of it. And if you guys would have seen it, man, it was bad. It was bad. So I realized today, man, that, I mean, I'm a very serious person, and I watch my surroundings. So as I seen this guy that was capping like he had a stick on him, he didn't have any stick on him, but he was one of them young dudes. He was younger than me. I put him at about 30, about maybe 30 years old. Looked like he was having a bad day, or he was on some drugs or medication or whatever the case is. So after he realized that I really had a stick on me and that I was willing to use it, he realized that he would have lost his life playing around like that, because you can't play around like you got a heater on you if you really don't. People do it all the time. I had an incident happen to me about a year ago where this guy pulled in front of me in a really aggressive, dangerous manner and almost hit me. I wasn't driving this truck, I was driving my Mustang, I think, and I blew my horn. He did the same thing. He pulled up beside me, flipped his finger off, started reaching up under her seat. And at the time, I didn't have nothing with me, so I had to just take it. And so I just kind of like let him cool off or whatever and let him just go on past me. I like slowed down and let him just go past, because I didn't want that dude follow me to my house. These people out here is crazy and they will kill your ass, bro. But when the guy realized at Home Depot that I was actually strapped, I was good to go, he realized that he was outnumbered pretty much. So when he sped out the parking lot, I didn't know if he was speeding out to circle back around or to park on the side street. I'm looking because I'm kind of watching my surroundings. I'm kind of about 20 minutes from the area where the shit took place at. But when he realized that I had mine and I wasn't playing and that I was going to use it, he sped off, but I kept watching to see if he was going to pull over to this intersection and then try to wait on me to pull out. But he didn't. I watched him go in a distance. So as I get back in my truck, and I cool off for a second, this other F-150 pulled up next to me and had this guy and this lady in it. They were Spanish as well. And the guy rolled his window down and he went like this to me. You know, he went like this to me. At the time, I was heated. And he was like, you know, I said, you know, I was like, what's going on, bro? He was like, good job, man. Good job. He said, I'm glad that you didn't do anything crazy. And so I had to tell him thank you. So basically, him and his girl, they purposely followed me out of the Home Depot parking lot to make sure I was cool. But the guy and his wife, I didn't know at the time, they were sitting in another parking lot watching everything that transpired. Apparently, when my truck came around that corner so fast, and then the white pickup truck came in behind me real fast, he knew that something was gonna jump off. So he seen what going on, what that jumped off, and he seen the guy jump out doing all this stuff, and the guy who and his wife who pulled up on me, they seen what I had did, and they knew I wasn't playing. So the guy, he knew that my position was well justified, that I would have had every right to protect myself. So he actually pulled up letting me know when he went like that and gave me that gesture, good job, sir. I'm glad that you didn't, you know what I'm saying, take it any further, because I would be on my way to jail right now and he would be on his way somewhere else, you know. And so I'm glad that it didn't happen. But it just goes to show how fast that life can change at the drop of a dime, man. It goes to show how fast life can change at the drop of a dime. And you know, all I'm doing is just like, at the gas station, I was basically just gonna fill my tank up real quick. Then I was gonna go to Chick-fil-A. I was gonna do this little video for you guys in my truck. You know how I be doing my little eating videos for you guys, doing like a little story time. But it just threw me off. So I've been sitting at this gas station doing this video for you guys, and actually I'm just now calming down a little bit. But it's like, man, I don't care what nobody say. Like, I'd rather get caught with than to get caught without, because it's one thing to have to worry about human trafficking. People pulling up on you with masks on, kidnapping you, zip tying your hands, throwing you in the back of a van, you know, and then you gotta worry about some idiot who don't have license driving crazy and hit your vehicle and then speed off. Then you have to worry about road rage. I see it on the news every day where somebody got shot and killed over a road rage incident. And today, I was almost a victim of road rage, man. I've experienced road rage before. Like I said, I had a situation happen last year where I was in the Mustang and some guy pulled up, you know, flipping the fingers off and this and that, that and this. But he was also reaching, like, you can see when they doing stuff in a car when they mad, because they'll do stuff like this. They won't show it, but what they'll do is they'll do something like this to make it look like that they're cocking, you know, their weapon back. So I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, put my life in jeopardy. And today was just one of those days to where I didn't want to do nothing stupid, but I felt like this right here. I'm trying to go home, you know. I got family who love me and care for me, and, you know, that don't want nothing to happen to me. But that's the only scary part about living out here, man. You have to watch your surroundings, because these people is crazy. So you know what I did? When I left Home Depot, and the guy and his wife inside the other F-150, they kind of like waited for me to pull out, and they followed me for like a couple blocks. And then I waited until I got like 15, 20 minutes away. And then that's when I pulled over at this gas station right here. And I kind of got out of my truck and just kind of walked around for a second, and just kind of like thanking my lucky stars, man, that things didn't go any farther. I mean, today is, what is today, man? Today is Monday, July 31st, man. And like I said, my whole life could have changed today, man. My whole life could have changed today. And it's like, you know, what if I wasn't protected? What if I didn't do what I did to protect myself? And what if that guy really did have a stick on him? What if he really did have a firearm on him and used it? It means that he could have just took my life, got back in his white pickup truck and sped off, and I would have just been another statistic, another dead black man on the street, you know, case unsolved, just like so many other cases. So I'm not trying to become nobody's statistic, man. So I'm just saying this, you know, watch your surroundings, man. Be aware of road rage incidents when they happen. Make sure that you protect yourself at all costs. I just seen a story recently, right here in, I don't know what part of Texas it was, but I don't want to say Houston, but it was right here in Texas, and where it was a road rage incident where this lady She had her children in the back seat, and some idiot almost ran her off the road, and she did what I did. She blew her horn at the dude. The dude pulls up along beside her several miles down the road and shot her and killed her. And the car, thank God, it didn't run off a cliff. It had hit like this little embankment by a bridge or whatever and stopped. So the kids in the back was okay. But a road rage incident that occurred ended up taking the mom's life right in front of her children, man. So all I'm saying is this, man, it's real out here. Be careful. You got a bunch of clowns out here that's on drugs and alcohol. This is, man, listen, I don't know what they putting in this marijuana now, but it's got these cats out here going crazy, especially these young cats. That stuff y'all smoking ain't even marijuana. Y'all don't even know what the hell y'all smoking. Talking about some damn gas and loud and all. Y'all don't even know what the hell y'all putting in y'all bodies, bro. Y'all done lost your mind. You know, so just be careful, man. Be really careful, man. But I just want to just share this with you guys. You know, this is definitely not the video that I was going to do today for my channel to bring you guys aware of what almost happened to me today. But you know what it is, You know, y'all guys, my family. I'm sharing it with y'all and letting y'all know what's going on out here. You know, I'm not encouraging nobody, you know, to beat their horn at nobody if you almost get ran off the road. But I would say it's like a reaction to what just happened. So if I wouldn't have blew at the dude and I would have just let him literally almost just hit my truck and not even acknowledging it, because when I blew the horn, I hit the horn and I was like, bro, like a gesture like that. Just that right there almost took my life, or almost took his. And if I had to weigh the options, I think that he would have lost his life and I would have lost my freedom. How long I would have lost my freedom? I don't know. It could have been for a couple of hours, because a lot of people witnessed what happened. There was a lot of people. And the guy and his wife who pulled up to me at the Home Depot that went like this, who knows, he could have been recording the incident on his phone, because they actually seen what happened. And that's why they pulled up on me when that idiot sped out the lot. So I would say this right here. For the dude who did that to me today, you's a lucky man. You a very, very lucky dude, because you can't be going like this and thinking that the next person not gonna be ready for your ass, bro. But anyway, I'm going to end this off, man. I got some other things to do. I just wanted to share with you guys, man, what happened today. It's real out here. Be careful. Protect yourself. Protect your loved ones, man. And I guess it's safe to say, if you guys have a road rage incident where somebody almost runs you off the road, I guess it's safe to say maybe you shouldn't blow at them. Just let them go, man. Don't acknowledge them. Don't throw your finger up at them. Don't do anything, because you never know what the next person is going through. You know, this idiot girlfriend might have just left him. You know, his wife, he might have came home and found his wife sleeping in the bed with a dude that looked like me. Y'all know how that stuff go, man. It could have been anything. Maybe he just lost his job and you want to take it out on the whole world. But it's crazy, man. Anyway, man, I love you guys, man. I appreciate you watching this video, man. I just see you guys in the next video, gang.